All right, folks, I am at a random, undisclosed location. Now, we're going to talk pre-drywall check. Now, it's up to you. You can leave the whole task of pre-drywall check until when it's needed. It's about 2 hours of your time. And potentially, it's the end of the quarter, you got 3 closings to go, and you have this 2.5 hour monkey on your back. Maybe you got 2 or 3 houses, so you gotta do this. Me, I strongly encourage folks to inspect every step of the way. So in this case, all I'm gonna talk about right now, or right meow, are toilets. You can check these as soon as your walls go up, okay? The community I walked in today, the manufacturer of the toilets is called Sterling, okay? Now you have to know whether you have comfort height, which is commonly said as ADA, or you have standard height, okay? The height of the toilet. Now let's talk about ADA, okay? They are built to finish at 12 inches finished, from drywall to the dead center of the hole. So for our case, we're talking 12.5 rough. Drywall is a ½ inch. ADA is very firm on this. And I have not checked anything in here. We're going to do that on this video. If you have standard height toilet, well, we have some options. Wow, that doesn't look like anything. We have the option to order the china and a 10.5 rough, a 12.5 rough, or a 14.5 rough. Okay, so the first thing I need to know, do I have any ADA in here? If I do, I have to be at 12.5 inch rough. If I have a standard height water closet, I can be at a 10.5 rough, a 12.5 rough, or a 14.5 inch rough. The difference between the water closet, virtually nothing. The height is the same, the weight is the same, the capacity of the tank is the same. It's when you flip the water closet upside down, is the dead center of the hole closer to the back end of the toilet or more towards the front? That's all it is. But ADA does not give you that luxury. There is a caveat though, is the offset flange. Okay? This is what a plumber can bring at trim out. Okay? But it gives them 1.5 inches of play. All right? So let's take the ADA, okay? Let's pretend the ADA is dead center, say it's in its own dedicated closet, right? Let's just say it's dead on center of that small room. But let's pretend we roughed out at 11 inches from the finished wall. Is this a problem? If we do nothing, it is, because the center of that pipe is too close to the wall that will put the tank in your drywall. Plumber, though, can get a 1.5 inch offset and then move the 11 inch rough into a 12.5. It moves at a 360-degree arc. So if he's 1 inch too far to the left, he can bring the offset at trim. Not a big deal. So what I'm going to do now, you might want to watch this once or twice. I'm sorry my handwriting's so bad on OSB. I do not know in this home whether the water closets are ADA or standard height. So I believe this is the master because we have dual vanities here. This would stand to be reasoned. So I'm just going to simply measure what I got. I have 12 inches, about dead center. So I'm going to make a mark here for my colleague, all right, to say we are at 12 inches. It's not the best mark. If this is an ADA, my tank lid will probably be touching the drywall just a bit, okay? Another thing, if it's ADA, and this is very important, if it's ADA, true ADA, from the side wall, I have to be at 18 inches. I am at 16 3/4. I'm going to make a mark. I do not know this customer's, I don't know this home at all. I'm going to write 16 3/4 here to here, center line. All right? This probably could use an offset, if not chip it a hair now. Now this check could have been done the moment the walls went up. We're clearly way past there. We've got HVAC in, we've got electrical in. So now a decision should be made depending on what this customer has spec'd out. Does that make sense? If this is regular standard height, we're good to go, because we only need to finish out 15 inches this way. An offset flange on a regular 12.5-inch rough will solve this problem if it's standard height. If this is comfort height, we have an issue here. This is mostly in commercial applications. The 18 finish from left to right to a wall, commercial inspectors are very, very keen, and they will throw a tape measure on every single ADA compliant water closet. You can bet your bottom dollar. So now I'm walking over here. I'm assuming this is bath 2. Piece of cake. I pull out the tape measure again. We're at 12.5. 12.5. Now this little small wall is not considered a true wall going full all the way. We have the bathroom toilet right there. I'm, for the heck of it, going to throw this down and see that I am at 16 1/4, but ADA would not matter. ADA or standard height doesn't matter in this application because that wall stops right there. This is going to work just nice, and the water closet will have a little air gap from the top of the tank to the drywall. So I'm going to mark this with a check mark. This looks good. Is there another one in here? This is not that big of a structure. Okay, so that's it. A recap. Yep, I don't see any more water closets. Okay, so let's recap this. Real simple concept. For me, I think a lot of you guys could save a lot of time. That as soon as your walls go up, you can verify your plumbing ahead of when your plumber comes for second rough, whether you call it second rough, tub set, top out. You can give your plumber the best opportunity to get it right. Again, Wayne Gretzky says, I don't skate to where the puck is, I skate to where it's going to be. And where that is right now, if this is a comfort height toilet in a true ADA compliant structure, or called out for in the prints, I have a problem now. But it's so simple to consult with the plumber and says, no man, it's a comfort height toilet, but we do not have the constriction of true commercial ADA as far as the sidewall. Then you know you're good. Just bring the offset flange at trim. So, okay, total recap. Let me get rid of this. ADA or comfort height toilets must be at a 12.5-inch rough to the rough wall. Have to be. If they're very close, within an inch and a half, either way, tell your plumber, hey man, you might want to bring an offset flange at trim, and he doesn't have to chip. If the water closet is standard height, okay, then if you find out that you're roughed in at 10.5 inches, please notify your plumber. Literally, the walls just went up. We're months away from installing the china. Hey, plumber, at this bathroom, you need to order a 10.5. If it's at industry standard 12.5, put a check mark. Everything's going to be fine on standard height. And again, on standard height, if he's way off the wall, 14.5 rough, then say, hey, bro, you need to order the 14.5 inch standard height. This simple knowledge right here will eliminate 100% of, at your pre-close or your closing walk, moving the china at all.